So, Xbox just hit a new low. And what do I mean by new low? Well, retailers like Costco and Sam's Club aren't stocking the system anymore. For them, floor space is a really valuable thing, and those systems aren't selling like the PS5 or Switch 2 anymore. A lot of it comes down to the price hikes they've already done in the past, and now the even more recent one, with it being on consoles and with Game Pass and all their services, really. Everything's kind of just going up in price. And seeing Costco and Sam's Club kind of pioneer the end of Xbox is kind of sad to see. Like I said in my previous video, I did grow up with Xbox. I've had my Xbox One since 2013 when that came out, and I really did use it for 5 years, like every day, until I got my computer, which is what I said before, which is true. And before that, I was using my 360, and I had my original Xbox. I was never as big into that one, but I always thought it was so cool. I just didn't have as many games for that one. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. The whole thing is that Xbox is just kind of at the end of an era is what I'm feeling like. At least for the consoles. I can see the consoles going away. Almost like how Sega went away with the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast obviously didn't sell very well because it was Sega's last console, and Xbox is kind of starting to head in that direction too. The whole thing with Microsoft, though, is Microsoft has such a big wallet that they can kind of eat losses if they really want to. I can see them eating losses, but realistically, if a business isn't profitable, then it's gonna go. And Xbox is profitable for now, but I kind of can see the day where $40 Game Pass, $50 Game Pass, and the first $1,000 system. Hell, we're almost there now. In Canada, the PS5, the PS5 Pro is quite literally almost $1,000, and after tax it is $1,000, which is just crazy to see. A console at $1,000. Who would have thought? 10 years ago, would any of you have thought a console for $1,000? I would not have, that's for sure. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, going back to Game Pass, Gamestop is still selling Game Pass codes for cheaper than what Microsoft is selling them for. I think they're undercutting them from $30 to like $20. They're doing the old price. They have back stock, and they're just kind of selling. I think that gets people in the door, is what it's doing. I don't know if it's working for them, because clearly Costco's backing out and Sam's Club's backing out. Not sure how well it's working for them. Once the price of Game Pass went up, the whole site for refunds completely crashed, and to see that was kind of crazy. I mean, it's kind of expected, but the amount of traffic it would take to actually crash a website like anything from Microsoft, considering they run the whole Azure thing, or it's kind of nuts just to think about that many people went to unsubscribe. And if you really think about it, they're not trying to win new customers in, they're just trying to keep the old people. And I don't think they care about getting new customers anymore. They want to keep old customers, and they're kind of failing at that. Clearly, the site's crashed, and that's just where we're at with that. And like I was saying before, I really do think that the Xbox brand is heading into a different era of sorts, where we're not going to have a console-first approach. It's going to be online approach, which is such a weird thing to say. I know they've been doing their whole an Xbox everywhere, but it doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't stick like owning an actual console. And I think the actual consoles are going the way of Sega, where one day we're either going to not have a console at all, and it's just going to be you sign up for Game Pass, and that's kind of it. But that's not the future I want to see. What do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see no Xbox console at all? And I'm assuming most of you probably don't have an Xbox, since it really isn't selling at all. Costco needs a lot of floor space, and they need things to sell. They buy things in huge quantities. That's why when you go to Costco, you see such big quantities of things, because they move at high volumes. And, Costco's a business, and if the Xbox isn't selling high volumes, then, hey, it's gotta go. And I could see major chains like Walmart and whatever else, even Gamestop, I could see those kind of places just doing away with it. And when I say that Xbox hit a new low, it really is worse than the Don Matrix situation that happened many years back with the whole buy an Xbox 360 if you don't have an internet connection for the new system. And like I was saying before, for me, I am completely done with Xbox. I don't want any part of it. Ever since my whole thing corrupted, the Xbox One, I was talking about it in the previous video, my Xbox One corrupted, and I just don't want any part of it. I lost all my save data. I am done with Xbox. I don't want any part of it. I don't want part of Game Pass. I don't want part of Xbox's I don't want any part of it. I don't want their controllers. I don't care. I'll use a Switch Pro controller. I just don't want any part of it. Since then, I am done. And I'm kind of fed up about it. Even though I never subscribed to Game Pass, just seeing where it's heading is kind of annoying. And, you know, like I was saying before, I really do see a future where we pay, well, not we, because I'm not, a future where people are paying for $50 a month Game Pass, which I know sounds absurd today, but with inflation and the way that the world's heading, it's not out of the question that we're going to have literally a almost double the price Game Pass in the future, because subscriptions only go up. Anyways, with that being said, thank you for watching the video, and comment down below. Tell me, do you have an Xbox, or are you planning to get one? Because if not, don't go to Costco. You won't find one. But if you do plan to get one, let me know and tell me your reasoning. Till then, I'll see you in the next one.